Hi, this is Jonathan here. It's been a long time since I haven't made a video for YouTube, and for the first time in my professional career in the last 6 years, I think this is the first time that all my professional projects are completed. I have nothing in the upcoming weeks, so I have a little time for me. And it's been a while since I haven't posted anything on YouTube, and this morning I had a message in my mailbox from a guy called Martin, who's learning guitar right now, and he watched the video for my song Vivant that I've recorded a few years ago. I made an acoustic version of this song, and he was interested in learning this song on the guitar. And he asked me if I had an English version of this song. I don't have any English version of my French song. I hadn't. I mean, either way, I haven't taken any of my English song to put them in French, or any French song to put them in English. But since I was really happy to have this message and to see that I mean, when I was learning guitar, I was learning basically only French songs, well, mostly because that's my birth language. And I found that very interesting that he was willing to learn a French song, or a translated French song at least. So I thought I was gonna make this video today, a short video, to teach him or anyone watching this video who might be interested in learning this song, because I think it's a very good song for a beginner guitar player. There are no, fancy chords or exotic finger pickings or anything like that. It's all basic chords that you will find in most pop songs. You will see these chords through thousands of songs, and the picking is quite easy. So I thought I was just going to do a quick tutorial about this very simple song to play, and then when I'll be finished with the music, I'll talk about the lyrics and try to kind of translate them on the go, so at least anyone who's trying to learn this song will know what it's about, because that's very important for the interpretation, or anyone who might to do a translation of this in their own language. Yeah, you're welcome. You have my blessing if you want to do a cover of this song, or a translation, or whatever. So we'll get into the music first. Like I said, it's a very simple song. All the verse are the same. It starts with a G major chord, very simple, basic chord that any aspiring guitar player must learn. Like, this should be one of your first chord to learn. So I'm not going in details into the positions, because someone who's learning guitar, I assume they already know these, or I might put a diagram of the chords in the screen somewhere. So G chord first, then a D, and C, all major chords. So all the verse will be those three chords. And for the picking, it's very simple picking. You take it slow, it's easy. So it's gonna go like this for all the verses. Then when the chorus comes, we'll change key, we'll go into E minor, another very basic chords that every guitar player should know. Then we go back to the D major once again. And then there's a little change, because we'll do, it's two sequences. I'll play them for you. There's the E minor, D, G. Then we go back to the E minor, and then the C instead of the G, so that will be those two chords at the end. So E, D, and C, and the next time it's E, E minor, D, and C instead of the G. So. just to play them together, I will be playing like a few times the chords for the verse, and then we go into the chorus. So the verse starts with the G, like I said. Very simple song. The rhythmic pattern is very simple as well. And if you're struggling with the rhythm at the beginning, what I do and what I was doing a lot when I was just starting out the guitar is I would sing the rhythm in my head. So it goes like this, and I would go dun, dun, da, ga, da, gun, da, ga, da, gun. And just singing it in your head will make your arm, at least for me it works, it makes it easier to remember a rhythmic pattern. And for the chorus, same rhythmic pattern. Pretty simple song, very few chords, very easy to learn for a beginner. Great song, great material to work on if you're learning the guitar. So now, as far as the lyrics goes, so I'm gonna take it sentence by sentence and try to translate it as I go. You know, I think a good translation to, like, I'm just going to talk about the general ideas and feelings behind it. I'm not going to do a proper like song translation like if I was going to perform this, because I think a good translation, you get to respect all the rhythmic, the rhythm of the words, as well as the same rhyme structure, and I'm not going to go over that, but I'm going to, you know, just translate the general ideas and feelings throughout the sentences, so at least you get a good sense of what it means. Well, for starting, the overall feeling of the song, it's you know, it's about when you feel kind of stuck in your life, like you feel like you're at the wrong place in your life. You have some big aspiration and it doesn't work. And it's a very personal song to me because you know, in my usual life, you know, ordinary life, I'm a nice person, and I'm not the kind of person who will confront people. You know, if someone has a false judgment or would send a critique or anything like that, I'm not the kind of person who will go into facing this person to make my point stand out or something like that. And so that's, you know, I was, you know, in a period like that when I was feeling, you know, challenged by different ideas and not feeling, you know, at the right place at the right time. So I will put all the lyrics in the description, so if you want to check them out and maybe try Google Translate for some extra ideas, I mean, go along. First thing I have to talk about is this is written in French, in Quebec French, which is a little bit different than international French. Like if you go to Paris or even in other French speaking provinces in Canada or around the world, there might be some expressions that are very local that you might not find in other places in the world. So I'm gonna try to make this as simple as possible. So it starts with il me semble que j'aurais envie de tout décrisser. The word décrisser, it's a French, it's very, it's one of those words that you will only hear in Quebec mostly. It's a curse word. It means, you know, to destroy, to be careless about things or people around you. So the sentence, il me semble que j'aurais envie de tout décrisser. It means I feel like wrecking everything around me. Like, you know, when you feel that rage inside, you feel like just, you know, going wild and breaking things around you. This is what it means. So, il me semble que j'aurais envie de tout décrisser autour de moi, mais je me sens pogné. I feel like wrecking everything around me, but I feel trapped. I feel concealed, you know, unable to act, to take action. Pas capable de sortir du chemin qu'on m'a tracé, je reste impassible devant les jugements biaisés. So that means I'm unable to get out of the path that was drawn for me. I can't react to those false judgments. So when you know, you feel that people around you make you take some decisions on directions on your personal life, but you feel, you know, you're not on the right track, like I was expressing before, and you know, I'm unable to react to those to false judgment. Je me sens pas à ma place, je suis en train d'étouffer, j'ai le goût de m'en aller. It means I don't feel like I'm at the right place. I'm choking. I just want to go away. You know, it's about, you know, like I was expressing before, like you feel like you don't belong where you are. Basically, this is what it means. And then the chorus comes in, which is the most interesting part of the song to me in terms of poetry, if I can say. It says, j'existe depuis longtemps, mais je me sens pas vivant. So that's two ideas together. There's the verb existing, you know, and being alive, you know. So j'existe depuis longtemps, mais je me sens pas vivant would mean, you know, I'm existing since a long time, but I don't feel alive. So it's the idea I was trying to convey in this is that, you know, you're there, you're living your life, but you don't feel like you have a fulfilled existence. You don't feel alive. You don't feel like you have a passion burning, and you're expressing, you're putting it out there in the world. So that's, you know, that's pretty much the only thing that there is to the chorus, but I think it's very meaningful. At least in French it works well. I don't know how it translates in English, but in French it's a powerful idea. And then it goes on. Je voudrais que la saleté s'en aille avec le vent, que ma conscience s'allège avec le temps. Which means I'd like the dirt to go with to go away with the wind. I like my conscience to get lighter with time. You know, it's you know, again, about expressing all the conflicts inside that you wish would solve themselves. You know. And then it goes with moi j'y peux rien, je me sens toujours coupable. Il y a quelque chose qui grandit en moi et je serai bientôt plus capable. That would translate like something like I can't help it, I always feel guilty. There's something growing out inside of me, and I know I soon won't be able to keep it inside. It's like, just, you know, if you feel that kind of anger or rage inside, and you feel you're suddenly gonna blow up, you know, you can barely retain your emotion. That's what it means. And then there's the bridge, which is basically the same chords I played like in the verse, but just with a pause, which says il va falloir que ça sorte, il est probable que ça choque, que ça vous pète d'en face, un peu comme un avion qui se crache. There we still have a few expressions that are from Quebec that you won't find in other places in the world. Va falloir que ça sorte, il est probable que ça choque. It means it must have to go out, it's probably gonna shock. And I'm referring to this emotion that was building inside, that kind of anger or rage inside. You know, meaning it's soon gonna, well, it must go out, and when it gets out, it's probably gonna shock. It's probably gonna get in your face, just like a plane that's crashing. So it's very and it's kind of violent images just to illustrate to kind of put some pictures on the internal emotion. So I hope that helps. I know it's kind of a rough on the spot translation, but I hope it helps get a good feeling of what this song means and what it's all about. Feel free if you want to go ahead and translate it and make it an English song or anything. You have my blessing, like I said, and I'd be really curious to hear that or to read that if you do so. So just keep me informed if you do this, and yeah, I hope you have a great time learning this song. I'm very flattered that you chose one of my songs to learn and play in your group, like you said. So I wish you all the best of luck. See you.